So guys, this is now my fourth time recording this video. Oh my god. Basically, because of Zoom, I don't know if you saw my last trading video on YouTube, but the quality was quite shit. I've recorded another video on Zoom twice, and again, the quality was shit. I've done editing and stuff, and it was just, I don't know why it came back crap. So now I've changed what I'm using to record, reusing something else. Anyway, I've done it. The first time it worked perfectly. Anyway, when I recorded the video, I totally left off the audio. Oh, so we're going again. We're going again and we're going to get it done. So, right. So, welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome to this weekly video. So basically this video is I done Samuel Leach's trading challenge, which was a £1,000 account to make as much gains as possible in the 2 weeks of trading. So I finished the 2 weeks with a 14% gain. It could have been about 25 to 30%, but unfortunately there was two trades where we got stopped out at break even, and the other one tagged us out by 1 pip and moved literally in our favour. So the rules were you couldn't lose more than £500. You can't trade before 7 o'clock on the Monday morning, and then you could have opened any trade you wanted, but you couldn't trade until 7 o'clock on the Monday. And that was pretty much it. And it was just make as much gains as possible from that £10,000 account. So the reason I'd done it was I wanted to see where I would place with all other like-minded people, and just where I would come in that position, and a bit of a challenge to see how much percent I could actually make from sort of a high-risk trading account. So let me just get a little bit comfortable here. Oh. So that was the challenge. I find out the results on Wednesday where I placed with the 1,000 other traders. A 14% gain. It's not great for this challenge, but it's not bad either. So either way, I'd like to see the outcome of where I placed. I find out on Wednesday afternoon. It's going to be quite interesting. So that was the challenge. I've done it for myself, see where I can place and see what I can get out of it. So let me just break down the trades for you and show you, what trades I took, why I got involved in them, and the trades that I'm in this week, and where I see my little forecast for a couple of pairs. Now, before we go any further, please like and subscribe and drop me a comment if you are, if you like trading and you like this kind of stuff. It helps me out, and gives me a bit more motivation to keep going and keep, helping other like-minded people out. Okay, so right. So when I do my weekly analysis on a Sunday or a weekend or whatever, I look at the US dollar index, and that sort of gives me an indication of where price action is most likely going to go for the next week or future. So overall, if we look at the DXY on a daily, it's in a downtrend. So overall, the dollar's weak, okay? But in the short term, what I was looking at, obviously we've got this double top here, and we broke out of this ascending channel, was the potential for price to come back up to get a double top, or come back to retest the break of this trend. So that was what I was looking at for the week that I was going to be trading, was potential dollar strength. Okay, a bit more confidence was we touched the 50 and the 200 moving average, and I've sort of included these now because I know it's where people like to add positions and stuff, and it really does kind of help with me understanding where other people might be getting in the market. So I don't like having all lines and stuff on my chart. I like keeping it as plain and simple as possible. But this is a key area where people might be looking to take a short-term position for dollar strength. Okay, so if we just skip and fast forward to today, you can see that price from this point, it went back up, and we got that double top, and then we started getting a weakness again. So it could have gone either way here. We could have sold off, had some a nice correction, and then continued to move down. But we broke up and continued to go higher. So for that week, beginning week, I was looking at dollar strength. Okay, and the first trade we took was US dollar CAD long, and I'll show you what we're looking at. So long term, we're clearly in a downtrend. But recently, we've bottomed out. We've put in that inverted head and shoulders. We put in the higher high here, and we've been hitting higher highs, higher lows, and so forth. And then when I was looking at taking opportunity, we just started pushing it back above the 50 moving average. Obviously, we haven't broken out yet above the 200 moving average, but we had to come down to that point. It was a nice significant level as well, because we double bottomed around this key level where we managed to break out. So, it was a significant level where I was looking to take a long position. Okay, if we go down onto our trading time frames, I'll show you how I got involved in this trade and where I was looking to play it. Come on. So we had a double bottom here. If we look left, there was the bigger, retest of the resistance level, now turn support or whatever. So got a smaller double bottom on the smaller time frames. Obviously, we've got a nice impulse, bear flag, and I took this long at 7 o'clock after these two candles, two hammer candles, whatever you want to call them, and then pretty much we rallied straight away through the day into the next day. Didn't come anywhere near the highs because that's where I was looking for my target ones. But I was actually thinking this had the potential to play all the way back to 127. But I was looking to take out half my position at these highs, and unfortunately we were just a few pips away, about 20-30 pips away from our target. It was really, really nice trade. I really enjoyed this trade. Literally just went into profit as soon as I entered near enough. And then unfortunately we moved back down and I got tagged out at break even. Really, really unfortunate. And then again it did continue to push up. I would have probably exited on one of these just because it really, really didn't want to break. And I know US dollar CAD's nature, it does like to do this. So then added that into the trend, and obviously we broke down, and now we're just sort of floating around. But I think it was a good trade. I mean, we was up 100 pips at one point. It is what it is. It was a 2-to-1. I could have exited out, and it would have been a decent trade. But I was sticking it for the long run because I'm more of a long-term, couple of days holding a trade sort of guy. I don't really like scalping as much. Only when it really, really meets my criteria. So that was US dollar CAD. Now let's move on to pound dollar, where we made most of our monies. So first position on pound dollar, if we go onto the higher time frame again, so we can just check and tick off all the criteria that we see. So again, clearly in an uptrend, but obviously recently failed to break the high. Very, very corrective nature, broke all the sort of the lines and all that sort of stuff, and then we started trading under. But again, we were looking for that double bottom, and obviously to touch the 200 moving average, which we got. So we then obviously broke out of that channel after a nice solid couple of day bull run, indicating again some strength. We came to touch the 15 moving average. We double topped here. So from this point on, I was looking at sells for this for the week, and like I said, I was looking at dollar strength going into that week where I started to trade. So you can see this nice steep bull rally, and then what I was looking at was, because we failed to break and touch 140, what I was looking at was a sell going into that week. So again, nice strong bearish momentum, and then on the smaller time frame I took this short. And on a small time frame, I took this short literally as soon as market opened. Short position, it was around here. I was looking at an impulse and a bear flag, and I had about 50 pip stop. And literally, as soon as we got tagged in, we was in the red for a little while, and it came down back to the lows. I could have made it break even, but I didn't. Bouncing around, came back up again, double top, sold off again, failed to break the lows. Okay, came back up again, back at these highs, and unfortunately I got tagged out by 1 pip. As soon as I got tagged out, I re-entered the trade, just because if we look at the 4 hour, my entry signal on the 4 hour would have been this candle. Now I wouldn't have been able to enter anyway because I had already had too many positions on, so I couldn't add another position until that position was closed because of the leverage. So that was my entry signal, but I just wanted to get in at a better price. So I just got in at a better price and then just hoped for the best that this was going to actually go to where I wanted it to go. Now, as soon as I entered that, eventually we did start to sell off. So we sold off. We finally broke that support zone, and this is again where I took a short sell. So I think it was on the 15-minute that I decided to sell again. London Open. Decided to sell here on the 15-minute. And we went down, failed to break these lows again. We came back up. I got taken out for break even, and then we came back down, and rolled on to hit the targets. I was still in this trade, by the way. I didn't come out until Thursday at these lows at 138.017. Anyway, we rallied back up. We came back up to the EMAs, and then I took this short again on the London Open. You can see where I took it short. So we had a nice clear level here that I saw as broken, and I just took it short here just as London opened. Obviously we rallied up a little higher, and then through the day we just sold off. So I closed out all my positions on the Thursday at this point. So about 210 pips, I think 210, 220 pips for that. And that was that pretty much. So now I'm looking for pound dollar longs because of that strength. I'm predicting to kick in. Probably just been tagged out by a pip, as it is what it is. So the last trade I took was just a little scalp because I didn't believe that pound dollar looked as nice as euro dollar, So I'll just show you that one briefly. So this was literally only about 20 pips. So again, if you look on the higher time frame, you can see we've got that nice double bottom from here back in April, March. Now we're back in August, we've touched that level again. So looking for that strength to kick back in. Like I said, at this current point, the DXY would start to sell off again. We impulsed up, come back and retest this breakout zone. We got that, and then I just sort of looked to play this to the highs because of the time of day it was. And obviously I could only carry trades up to the Friday market close. I didn't think price could actually push as high as it did. So a nice little 2-to-1 trade here that we jumped out on. That literally put us up another 1%. So we closed out another percent. So we ended the 2 weeks with 14%. And like I said, if US dollar CAD had continued and the original pound dollar trade continued, we'd probably be up about to maybe $3,000, which would have been a nice 20 to 30%, which I think maybe would have put us in the top for this trading challenge. But it comes out Wednesday, so I'm quite keen to see what happens. I'm very, very interested to see how it plays out. So yeah, guys. So my forecast now, obviously, is still dollar weakness. Obviously, been trading a downtrend now, and I think it's time we get that reversal. Obviously, we've got that double bottom. We've had some nice heavy impulse moves. I am anticipating price to sort of play around this level, and we broke out of this zone to test that in EMAs as well. And then I'm just sort of monitoring 118s, and then same with pound dollar. We're looking for that move to potential back to 140. Could even go higher than that. I think we could actually come back up to 142, but we really do have to break 140 first. So yeah, guys, that was my 2-week trading challenge. I think it went very, very well. At the moment, we're just sort of waiting for this to sort of move in the way we want it to move, but is what it is. Yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this